Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards, the final tally.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And now this throw complete to Washington. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brings up 3rd down.
Third and long, it's Darnold. He'll drop it underneath to White. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Winds up and lets it go. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Steelers, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run for the first time now with James White. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
At the 43-yard line.
On second down, it's White. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
For a Pittsburgh Steelers.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Darnold completes it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's good for 28 yards.
First and goal.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass, that maybe they just blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Completes to George Kittle.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down. McDonald, open man is IU, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a gain of
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, McDonald. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. McDonald. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Anderson coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. They start the drive with White. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Jordan Reed has it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Right there, 54, right there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On the coverage.
Throwing again. McDonald, he'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
13-yard line.
From the gun, it's McDonald. They'll roll him out right to the end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, McDonald. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover it.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
39-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. McDonald. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw on second down. McDonald looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
San Francisco.
Operating from the gun. McDonald eluding the pressure right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, McDonald. Flush to his right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, McDonald. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing is McDonald. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
From the gun, McDonald sliding out of the... And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
Set to kickoff.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached the end. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
14. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Darnold on first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
38-yard line.
On second down now. It's White to the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Third and 11.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Goes underneath here to White. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And going for Ayuk again. This time he's got him. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 31, Darnold. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And that is incomplete.
Darnold's pass incomplete on the throwaway.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Open man is Samuel, complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Now a throw out to his fullback. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
Here's McDonald to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
A 16-yard touchdown. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, in a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's got daylight. The 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James White, 77 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And no, it's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Third down and 2.
Darnold on third down. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Back to throw, Darnold. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Darnold. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
Brings up 4th down.
So the victory here for San Francisco.